There is no such thing as a sovereign citizen. In Australia, the difference between being sovereign and being a citizen becomes clear when you look at our legal foundations. Under common law, which Australia inherited from Britain, every individual is recognised as a natural person, a living human being endowed with inherent rights at birth. These rights include the right to life, liberty, private property and freedom of thought and movement. They are not granted by government, they pre-exist it. Government's role, in theory, is to protect these natural rights, not to create or remove them. The Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act 1901 reinforces this principle. It established the Commonwealth under the Crown of the United Kingdom, binding together the Australian colonies under a constitutional monarchy and a system of law subject to the will of the people. The Constitution makes clear that government authority is derived from the consent of the governed, the people of the Commonwealth. In this sense, the people are collectively sovereign, and the Crown is the lawful executive power acting under that sovereignty. However, when you register as a citizen, for example, under the Australian Citizenship Act 1948, you take on a specific legal status defined by statute. A citizen exists within the legal framework of government. They have rights defined by law, but also obligations, such as paying taxes, obeying statutory regulations, and submitting to courts of civil jurisdiction. Citizenship is not a natural state of being. It is a political and administrative construct. By claiming citizenship, a person accepts the authority of the state over them. That is where the contradiction lies. A sovereign individual claims inborn authority and responsibility over their own life, while a citizen exists under the authority of the state. The two positions cannot be reconciled. If you are sovereign, you stand above the legal system as a free and independent person under natural and common law. If you are a citizen, you are bound within that system and governed by its statutes. This is why the term sovereign citizen should not be used. It merges two opposing ideas, personal sovereignty and state dependency, into one confused identity. A clearer distinction must be made between natural sovereignty, which arises from birth and nature, and legal citizenship, which is granted by government and bound by law. In Australia's founding tradition, sovereignty begins with the people and is expressed through the Constitution. But at the individual level, sovereignty means self-ownership and accountability under natural law. Mixing it with citizenship obscures that truth. A person can either live as a sovereign being endowed with natural rights, or as a citizen defined by statutory law, but not both.